So, you want to create apps and websites? That's awesome! Learning to code is one of the most rewarding skills you can pick up. With just a keyboard and internet connection, you can solve interesting problems and build things of real value. But here's the truth no one tells you. Learning to code isn't as simple as often made out to be. Yes, there are a ton of tutorials available online, but having access to them doesn't guarantee success. Maybe you've tried learning before and found yourself giving up after a few months of watching videos. Does this sound familiar? You started with a web development roadmap, learning how internet works, things like DNS and the client-server relationship. Then you wrote some HTML, styled it with CSS, and maybe even played around with JavaScript. It was fun at first, but as things got more complex, Flexbox, grids, JavaScript frameworks, and reusable components, it became overwhelming. You likely hit the stage where you built to-do app, spent hours debugging errors, and felt drained afterward. It is normal to feel like you are not making progress fast enough, especially when you watch videos like How I Became Developer in 4 Months. The reality, building apps and websites is tough. While it's not as physically demanding as some jobs, it requires a lot of focus and persistence. Staying focused is particularly hard when you are just starting, because we all love staying in our comfort zones. And let's not forget how people often exaggerate their coding journeys to make them sound easier than they were. I landed a developer job in months, grabs more attention than it took me years of learning and rejections. Everyone learns at their own pace, some faster than the others, but the truth remains. Web development demands consistent effort and realistic expectations. Here's what you need to understand. It takes time. You won't master coding in a few months. You might manage to build some apps by watching tutorials, but that doesn't mean you've understood the core concepts. Self-learning is key. To truly learn to code, you need to develop the skill of teaching yourself. The tech industry evolves rapidly, and you will consistently need to pick up new concepts. The best way to learn web development is by solving real-world problems. Instead of seeing coding as just writing syntax, shift your perspective. Think of building a website as solving someone's problem. For example, instead of just creating a counter, think of it as a feature someone would use to adjust a quantity in their shopping cart. When you approach learning this way, you will start thinking about the bigger picture, design usability, functionality, and you will feel more connected to your work. This shift in mindset will make the process more enjoyable and meaningful. What you should focus on: first, solve real problems. Don't just memorize syntax. Apply what you are learning to real-life scenarios. If you are not solving problems, you are not really learning. Second, practice a lot. Writing code regularly is crucial, but so is finding the right resources or mentor to guide you. Everyone learns differently, some through challenges, others through structured courses or random videos. Figure out what works for you. Finally, be patient with yourself. Everyone struggles at the start. Even experienced developers spend hours fixing bugs or perfecting designs. Don't compare yourself to polished developers. They have years of experience and aren't solving problems live. Discipline and mindset. Beyond practicing, you need discipline. Coding is a long-term commitment. Take care of both your mind and your body. You will need them working together to sustain your learning. And most importantly, believe in yourself. Picture yourself building websites and apps. This mindset is incredibly powerful. When I first started, even dragging and dropping elements on a website builder felt harder than coding does now. The truth is, coding isn't easy, and that's a good thing. It means there's a barrier to entry, reducing competition. The struggle you face while learning is the same for everyone else. Don't give up. You are capable of learning this skill, just like anyone else. And now, let's talk about how to break the cycle. We've covered the first 50% of the learning process: practicing, solving problems, and setting realistic expectations. The other 50% is discipline and mindset. Stick with it and you will see the results. Remember, you don't need to be brilliant to become a developer. You need curiosity, focus, and the willingness to keep going, even when things get tough. And finally, the best way to become a developer is to start solving real-world problems. Even if your first projects fail, You will learn more from these failures than any tutorials could teach you. So don't wait, start building today. Every error and every struggle brings you closer to success. Thank you for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next video.